You know what? It's such a beautiful day out. I'm going to take a drive down to the lake and tell you guys the story behind this rim right here. How it looks nice and beautiful again. Yeah. Ugh. I'm dirty already. I just got it back.
How can I go for you?
Yeah, I'll get a large black coffee, please.
Large black?
Yeah.
Okay, 190.
Thank you. Hi guys, I'm 519 Streets and I'm down on the beach again. I wouldn't say beach, but waterfront. So I had an accident the other day in this car. Well, I wouldn't say it was a total accident, but I made a boo-boo. And I've kind of done it before, not in this car or not in some of my previous nicer cars, but when I was really young, like one of my first vehicles, I did this, and I don't think I've done it since. I hit the curb with my rim, and it was so bizarre. It was such a weird spot where I hit it. Not the rim, just the curb. I was going through a drive-through that I actually never been before. A Tim Hortons drive-through, go figures, getting a coffee. But I was pulling up, and it was a split drive-through. So when I pulled up, I ordered, and the guy to my left was going in front of me, so I was kind of close to him, so I kind of tried to shim over a bit, and when I did that, I hit the curb. There was a little curb there that, you know, holds the sign, and I just grazed it, and I scratched my rims. Well, I should say rim, just one. You know, I wasn't too mad, but I was a little disappointed in myself, because that's a pretty, you know, noob thing for me to do, and I haven't done it in such a long time. In maybe my first vehicle, I can't recall, but I was pretty disappointed in myself. I wish I had footage of it, but I don't. It would just shame me even more. But I got it fixed, and I do have a picture that I can show you guys before the scratch and after the scratch. Now, I got the rim powder coated. So these rims from factory were powder coated to begin with, and I was fortunate enough in my small town that there was a gentleman that does powder coating. So I actually went to him, talked to him, and he pretty much got me in right away. So I'm going to show you guys again, like I just said, I'm going to show you the before picture, and I'm going to show you guys the after picture right now. So as you guys can see, the gentleman that did the powder coating did an awesome job. I dropped it off just this morning at 9:30, and they called me up at 3:30, and they're like, your wheel's back on, it's all done, come pick up your car. And I was more nervous of the paint not matching than not being able to get the scratch out. But when I picked it up, I was, boy, did that guy do a good job. I was so happy with it. It was spot on. I mean, obviously it's a little bit cleaner than the other rims, but wow. I'm really happy, and the guy he got the scratch out. He did what he said he was gonna do, and I'm a happy guy. a build update. I'm gonna order my exhaust, and I have a dilemma because I don't know if I want to order the Corsa or the Borla. And from the couple shops that I've talked to so far, they're like, oh, order the Borla. But from when I go on some forums, the majority of those people seem to have Corsa. Now, I know it's just a catback, but in all the scheme of things, I'll get to the important part here in a second, is I want a 3-inch exhaust. And I don't believe, I could be wrong, I have not found Borla that has a 3-inch exhaust yet in the aggressive sounding exhaust that I want. Now Corsa, on the other hand, they do. They do have a 3-inch exhaust, and well, that's why I'm leaning more towards that. Now, if you're wondering what the big difference between a 3-inch exhaust and, you know, like a 2 3/4 or you know, a little bit, you know, 2.5-inch exhaust, is that when you are doing a pretty big build, you want to squeeze every little bit of horsepower, you know, out of your engine, and just that little extra flow will help dramatically. And you're thinking, you know, what, how much, you know, what's the difference, you know, in horsepower? From what I've read, from what I've seen, the difference between a 3-inch and a little bit smaller is actually 7 to 11 horsepower, and that could be the difference between 695 to the rear wheel to 700 to the rear wheel. Now you're saying those are, well, that's not big numbers, but remember, my goal is to hit 7, not 695, not 697. I want 7, right? I want 700 horse to the wheels. That's my goal. I know I can achieve that even without that exhaust, but you know, I want it, you know, I want to do it regardless, even if I'm scrounging for that extra little bit. But so I'm kind of at the crossroads. I'm gonna have to make a decision soon, because in the next few days I'm gonna be ordering my exhaust, and the exhaust is gonna be on probably next week, maybe a week and a half from now. Now, it's just gonna be a catback exhaust for now, for the beginning, but that's not the point. Is that when I start doing my build, I'm gonna add high flow cats, and then the headers, and then everything else, you know, all the other goodies. But this is just a start. I'm kind of piecing it together, kind of building it up. You know, I find it's easier on the wallet that way. So you're just not, you know, ramming, you know, or throwing money out the window that quickly. This way I can, you know, I don't have to, you know, throw my car in the shop for 2-3 weeks while it gets the cam and it gets the pulleys. I'm gonna probably end up doing that a little bit later in the season. But for now, the catback exhaust, that can be put on in a few hours and out the door, back on the road right away. And that's what I'm looking for right now. And you know, the sound, it should sound, you know, a lot better. I mean, the exhaust on this car, for being stock, I'm really impressed with it. I always have it in sport mode, so I never have it in tour mode. I always have it in sport, so it sounds really good now. It's probably the best vehicle, the best car I've had that sounds this way in stock. Now, I've never had a 600 or 585 horsepower vehicle before, but so that could be the reason why. But again, I'm gonna go back. I don't know what to order, guys. I don't know if I want my Borla. I don't know if I want my Corsa. But I gotta figure it out. And right now, I'm leaning towards the Corsa. I have a lot of friends. I had a couple friends that own some Mustangs. Ugh, I'm just joking. And they had Corsa on it, and they said they loved it. The drone was non-existent, and my Charger had some wicked drone. I had MagnaFlow on there with high flow cats, obviously the headers and the whole goodies, and the drone was absolutely out of this world. It was so annoying. you'd be on the highway, or just entering the highway, or just driving on the road doing 80 kilometers, and you'd be like, whoa, and you'd be like, oh, my head, it's ringing, and you can just hear it, and it affects you the whole time you're driving. And the only way, actually, when the drone went away was at like 110, 120 plus, believe it or not. And I don't want that on this vehicle. I do not want that drone. Now, I'm going to have to figure out if the Borla has some drone. Obviously, Corsa, from everything I've read, zero drone. Nada. Zilch. Zero drone. And I like that. But the Borla, on the other hand, has a really aggressive sound. And I really want that. I could probably get an exhaust made for a quarter of the price from what those other exhausts are going to cost me. They're catbacks. I can probably order 2 mufflers, but they're not going to sound near as nice, what I think anyways. But that's, sometimes you got to pay to play, right? But anyways, guys, I just wanted to explain that, get that out there. I wanted to show you the rim, how, the before and after picture. I wanted to talk about the exhaust, which one I'm going to be ordering here. And there's one other thing I want to talk to you guys about, and it's try to get those comments and subscribers in. Now, if you have friends, or if you're just watching the video and then you're like, oh yeah, that was an okay video, and then you flip to the next one, put a comment there. Tell me what you guys really think of some of these videos. I know I only got 7 videos. I think this would be my 8th. But tell me what you guys think. Tell me if what do you guys want to see and what do you want me to do. But put a comment down there. Give me a like if you liked the video. If not, well, tell me why. But anyways, guys, I want to say thanks for watching. Subscribe. I know I just said it. Subscribe to the YouTube, to my Instagram. I'll have the links below. I got my Twitter, and I got my Facebook page. You guys know the whole social media world it's out there. But the bigger I can grow, the more content I can kind of throw at you guys, and it'll probably make me feel a lot better if I'm getting some feedback from you guys. But anyways, guys, thanks for watching. I'm down here on this beautiful lakefront, and have a nice day. Peace.